Hey guys, what's going on? Frank Rich here from Rebuilt Recovery. And in today's video, I want to talk to you about the idea behind how your addiction to pornography can in fact be the best thing that ever happens to you, and what you need to do in order to shift your perspective and get in the state of mind to actually view your addiction to porn in this manner, and how this is going to lead you to successful recovery and ultimately creating the life that you've always dreamed about having. But before we get into today's video, guys, let me remind you who we are and what we do here. Welcome to the Rebuild Your Life YouTube channel. My name is Frank Rich, CEO, founder, and head coach at Rebuilt Recovery, and it is our mission to help men break free from the shackles of porn addiction through the power of faith and fitness. Now, we do that in a handful of different ways. First off, right here on YouTube, we are releasing new videos every single day, Monday through Friday at this point. So if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button and also turn those post notifications on so you are notified every time a new video is released. And secondly, guys, if you're in the early stages of identifying your addiction to pornography and perhaps are looking for a way out of this and into a new life, make sure to pick up our free ebook. It's a 7-step guide to living life without porn, where we walk you through how to actually identify where porn is negatively impacting your life, how to build a plan and future for your life, and then how to take that plan and put it into actionable steps that you can execute upon every single day, holding yourself accountable and finding the motivation and inspiration to stick this thing out. Because if you can remove pornography from your life, I tell you, it's going to be one of the best decisions you've ever made, and you're going to be able to create the life that you were designed to live. So let's get back to the topic of today, guys. And I know a lot of you are really curious about where I'm going to take this. And just a fair warning, I'm going to get somewhat deep philosophical here with you. So stick with me, because I'm going to tie it all around back at the end. But what I really want to talk to you about is how your addiction to porn is in fact probably the best thing that ever happened to you. Now I want to take a step back and talk to you guys about a dark side, or our shadow. Every single one of us, part of human nature is that we have this dark side. We have, what in some philosophical worlds or some psychology fields is called our shadow. And what this is really where our fears lie, where, some of the negative feelings and negative thoughts kind of live in and about us. And for those that are spiritual, this is where kind of those negative spirits or the dark side spirits live inside of us. And it's a part of human nature. And where I want to take this is, when we've identified that we have an addiction to porn, where we need to start is we need to start with the genesis of that, the beginning of where that porn addiction started. For many of us, it links back to our childhood. There's a deep root from childhood trauma, whether it was abuse, sexual abuse, the way that we were treated. Perhaps we just stumbled upon it, and then we weren't unsure of how to actually handle it at that time because we weren't equipped. But what this leads us to exploring more and more of the dark side of us. Now, many of us don't actually ever really identify that there is a dark side or there is a shadow living inside of us. So we just walk around mindlessly and unconscious throughout the world, never really knowing what we're doing, or never really knowing where we're trying to go, and never really being able to identify the good from bad. This is a moral kind of discussion here. But when we can identify that there is a darkness living inside of us, call it our shadow, call it our dark side, call it whatever you want to call it, but it sits and rests inside of us. Now, for those of us that don't identify it, there's a very high probability that that's going to control the majority of our life. That's going to control the majority of the decisions that we make. Now, when we can identify that there is that darkness, there is that shadow living inside of us, and face it head on, this is where I'm going to talk about this is going to become your greatest blessing in your life, because it's on the other side of that darkness that true greatness awaits. It's on the other side of that shadow that your true calling and true purpose exists. But without going through it, you're never going to get to experience what you're ultimately designed to do. Take an example for just my life here. I dreamed about launching this channel. I've dreamed about really being an inspiration, really being a mentor for men for a really, really long time. When I look back through my 20s, it's as if I was being prepared to sit in the position that I am today, to be able to speak to you, to be able to coach the men that we're bringing into our program here. But it wasn't until I was able to really face my darkest side, really face the darkest demon living inside of me, which was a 20-year plus addiction to pornography, that I was able to identify how I could help men in the greatest way possible, which is through our coaching, which is through our platform, and through our business here at Rebuilt Recovery. Now, I want to take it even a little step further, because all we have to do is we can kind of look back at stories throughout our childhood, look back at kind of some of the mythological stories that we've grown up with. And I'll share two of my favorite with you, The Lion King and Pinocchio. Now, with these stories, the main character, called Simba or Pinocchio, they don't achieve greatness. They don't achieve the ending of the story. They don't achieve what they were called to do until they have to face their darkness. Now, their darkness appears in Simba's case as his uncle Scar. You know, early on in the movie, Scar, you know, kills Mufasa. That creates this level of fear inside of Simba. At first, Simba runs away from him. He's like, I'm not equipped for this life that I was designed for. I'm not equipped to be a king. So let me leave and I got to go find myself. Now, when he comes back, in order to step into becoming the king of the kingdom, in order to step into taking back over Pride Rock, he's got to face his fear. He's got to face his dark side. And it actually comes in a fight with Scar. And then as you know, you guys know the ending of the movie. Simba kills Scar, takes over Pride Rock, brings it back to what it was at the beginning of the film, so forth and so forth. He goes on to live an amazing life. Incredible story. Now, secondly, with Pinocchio, we know Pinocchio is a puppet, but his father Geppetto wanted him to become an autonomous human being, or an autonomous being, not a human, but an autonomous being, one that's not pulled by strings. Now, there's a point within the story where Pinocchio has to go rescue Geppetto from the belly of the beast, from the belly of a whale. Once again, a very dark and mythological kind of underpinning of what it means to have a dark side, or what it means to have a shadow. But he's got to go in there and rescue Geppetto, and in that process, as the movie ends, Pinocchio becomes an autonomous being. Once again, he had to face his darkness, he had to face his shadow to ultimately find out what he was really created for in the life that he was designed to live. So this is where I want to take it with you guys, is when we've identified that porn is actually a negative impact in our life. Step one, boom. Okay, now we need to go face it. We need to look at, get in its eyes and say, where's this rooted in? What is the root of this addiction? How is it holding me back? And then what do I need to do to get on the other side of it? But when I get on the other side, what is all the great things that I can accomplish? And this is where we talk about becoming the man that's no longer addicted to porn, or living the life that you were created to live. Because we were all designed and we were all created for a very specific purpose. There's a dream that rests inside of your heart and that was put there for a purpose. And once you've removed the filter of pornography, once you remove the damaging effects pornography from your life, you can begin to see what that purpose really is. So what do I mean when I say that your addiction to pornography is the best thing in your life? It's because if you have the guts and you're willing to face it head on, you're going to find on the other side that your true life's calling and your true life's purpose is going to be sitting there and waiting for you to step into. So that's what we're here to help you guys do. We're here to help you remove porn from your life, but we're ultimately here to help you live the life that you were created to live. So if you're ready to take the steps, guys, like I said, make sure to pick up the free book, The 7-Step Guide to Living Life Without Porn, where we walk you through the exact process that you need to take in order to take the first couple steps to remove porn from your life and live the life that you were created to live. But if you guys want to take it even a step further, I'm going to put my email address down there below. It's frankrich.fitness@gmail.com. We have a one-on-one coaching program going on right now. We're having tremendous success. We're changing guys' lives. We're getting them reconnected with their lives. We're getting them reconnected with themselves. We're getting them connected with their purpose. We're getting them connected and coming closer to God. This is the impact. These are what we're doing with these guys, and I want to invite you to be a part of it. So, like I said, I'm going to link up my email address down there below. If you're interested in exploring what the coaching program looks like, send me an email, subject line, I'm interested, and you and I will jump on a call and we'll kind of talk about how this works and if you're a right fit. But if we could shift our perspective, if we can identify that the porn is not the problem, that there's a deeper underlying issue here, and it's our own insecurities, it's our own dark side, it's our own shadow that sits inside of us. And if we can go face it head on, we're able to remove the porn from our life for good, but then we're able to actually step into a life that we were created to live. So that's it, guys. Frank Rich from Rebuilt Recovery. Like I said at the beginning, if you're new to the channel, haven't done so yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn those post notifications on, so we are releasing new videos every single day. But that's it, guys. You know, if you have questions about this process, if you have feedback, comments, concerns about, removing porn from your life, comment below, email me, get connected with the community. But we're really here to help you guys. We're really help you to identify some of the issues that are holding you back. We're here to give you the steps to help you remove it. And I think it starts with our mindset and our perception of how we're viewing it. So if we could shift it from no longer looking at it as a negative, how it's negatively impacting us, how it's ruined our lives, how it's holding us back, and look at it as a blessing. Look at it as an opportunity to look deep inside of us and unlock our true calling. And that's what we're here to help you guys do. So Frank Rich from Rebuilt Recovery. I'll see you guys on the other side.